Look who's stumbling into the studio.
Why are you sitting on that side?
You told me to sit.
I didn't. Roland did. Roland, what are you changing the...
Dynamic?
Yeah, like someone on my right.
Well, why are you sitting there with the new status of the show? I expected you to be sitting where Sam is sitting. To be
No,
honest.
because I also don't know how to do all the button stuff.
Well, the fact you call it button stuff makes me believe you. First of
Welcome.
all, is the show on?
Yeah, we're just starting.
No, we have our headphones on because we like the heaviness on our head.
Why aren't there some fun treats like fucking blueberry muffins on this stupid show?
That isn't a bad point.
With an equal number of blueberries in every muffin.
Yeah. How about somebody gets...
Sam, listen. If this is how it's going to be, I'll fucking leave right now.
Welcome, Colin Quinn, to Jim Norton and Sam Roberts.
Oh, welcome. We just walked in.
He did. He's
As we
just
started.
stumbling down the hall.
Well, you yelled at me for sitting on your left, which is annoying. My headphones aren't even on. There we go.
You just don't feel like you were brought in the proper way?
Yeah. First, I saw Roland. First, what I did was outside. I saw Roland waiting to greet me, so I snuck in the other back door just to annoy him. But he caught up with me. He's standing out there at the front desk looking very unprofessional.
With his bright orange Scrub Daddy t-shirt on.
It's like a big corporate office, and he's just standing there in his horrible outfit.
Shorts.
Scrub Daddy t-shirt and his basketball shorts that don't go down past his knees.
It's so horrible. It's just startling when you see him in the middle of a beautiful corporate office.
Right. Well, he's the talent greeter for one of the big morning shows.
I know. The worst.
I'm very tired today, Colin.
Oh, no. Did you get much sleep?
No.
Why? Were you out last night partying?
No, I just couldn't sleep.
Oh, brother.
Did you have coffee in the middle of the
See,
afternoon?
with a guy like
No.
Jim, you always hope it's some exciting story with hookers or whatever. You know what I mean? Like
It never is.
Well, I wouldn't say it never is, but I mean, yeah.
I just couldn't last night. I've been going to because we had this extra hour of getting up early, but instead of it taking it for an extra hour of sleep, I'm just going to bed an hour later.
Oh, just realizing I can afford it.
One more hour.
What's the big deal?
So it's 1:30.
Jerking off.
Yeah. No, I had already jerked off.
Do what I do.
What's that?
Every time when I can't sleep, because you start thinking, oh my God, what is going on? You start going over your whole life worrying. So what I do is I pretend I'm playing basketball for Fordham in 1971, like I'm a point guard just dribbling down court because that was my fantasy when I was a kid, and I just pretend I'm dribbling, then I fall asleep.
I almost did listening to that. It is though. I do have weird daydreams. You know,
Yes.
I was trying to watch a UFO documentary last night. And
UFC?
No,
What
UFO.
was it about?
Oh, the unidentified flying objects.
Oh.
A guy in Australia who there's a documentary about him. But then I went and looked him up online. They said these are all bullshit, so I turned it off.
That's how I felt after I saw the second Conjuring movie.
You didn't like that?
Well, I liked
Parts
the
of it
movie.
scary.
But then I went and looked up the true story and just realized it was all... Because they were like, it's based on a true story. And no, it's not. It's bullshit. The true story that it was based on, was total bullshit.
Yeah.
Just a British family pretending to see ghosts. There were no ghosts.
I think that's what the Amityville Horror was, too.
Bullshit.
Oh, no, but he did murder his family.
That was Ronnie DeFeo.
Ronnie DeFeo.
Yeah.
The Lutz family, George and Emily Lutz.
Yeah.
I think her name was Emily Lutz.
Yeah, I think that all of them are bullshit. And then you look, because then I started going even further and looked at the Warren family, those are the ones that went and found the ghosts and everything. They were bullshitting too. The whole thing is just a crock. It's a crock.
I don't know. I like to believe.
Yeah, me too. I like to believe too. Sam's not going to ruin it for us.
That's right.
You believe in ghosts?
Yep. I can't believe you guys have Paul Schrader in later. Is that the Paul Schrader coming in today?
Yeah.
Yeah, we have Willem Dafoe and Paul Schrader coming in.
What?
Yep, later on this morning. I don't think they'll compare to you, Colin, but they'll be
No,
here.
I'll have to be very compelling to keep up with those two. Paul Schrader wrote a lot of great movies. He wrote The Taxi Driver.
Yeah.
I know you wrote it.
You didn't?
No, I should probably do my homework.
Yeah,
I'm busy. I was trying
He
to.
wrote it in 3 days in a tizzy.
I didn't know. Don't make me mad because I didn't know the time frame.
If you can't sleep, why don't you
He was like a madman. He just wrote it and
why don't you do like a little guest research or something?
I always do.
yeah, especially when you can't sleep.
I saw Platoon.
Yeah. I'm glad you did, but you could have.
I'm
Yeah,
sure Willem Dafoe will be glad to talk about Platoon now.
Yeah, he'd
30
love
years
to.
later.
Dude, did you hurt
Hey.
yourself when you fell that time when they were shooting at you?
yeah, you could have done a little bit about poor Paul Schrader. Did you just plan on him just sitting
He's
here?
fucking legend. Taxi Driver, bro.
Yeah, I know. It's
Our favorite.
I didn't know you wrote it.
What'd you think
He
he
wrote
did?
it.
Directed it?
Yeah.
No, I didn't think he was.
What did you think his involvement was with it?
A producer.
Mr. Tired. You got your name on Taxi Driver. That's great. He's like, you mean the movie I wrote in a fucking whirlwind of pain and loneliness for 3 days in fucking 1975? Yeah.
How do you write it so fast? That's not good work. That's rushed.
He's also he's also one of the writers of Raging Bull.
Yeah, I'm looking at that. American Gigolo is very
Or
good,
Raging
too.
Bull, as we call it. I don't know. I say him.
Raging Bull.
Yeah. American Gigolo is very good.
Yeah. He's written a lot of very good movies. he directed
American
this one.
Gigolo is horrible.
No, that
I
was
just
good.
saw it 3 days ago. It's one of the worst movies
It
I've
doesn't
ever
hold
I
up?
haven't seen it in years, so I might have to defer.
It just
that.
happened to be on the other day, and I was
Oh, okay.
watching it on oxygen. So
Was
it
it
didn't have
bad?
the same run.
I like the opening scene with
That was a
Blondie's
good
song,
one.
Call Me.
Yeah, that was a good one.
It was, right?
Blondie was really good in her song, but the rest of the movie wasn't that great.
Were you just scrolling through the channels and you just saw American Gigolo was on Oxygen? You
Yeah.
go, let me stop here.
Yep.
Let me take
That's
a
exactly
look.
what happened. I only watched about a quarter of it, to be fair.
Do you ever
Yeah.
see Pretty Woman?
Yes.
That's a good one.
That was a searing indictment of human trafficking, I thought.
No, they did good at the end. I don't think that was.
They did good.
You know,
You said Richard Gere, and you guys did good at the end
Yeah.
of that one.
Jim's in the news again
What?
for Donald Trump Jr.
Oh, I saw the Trump Jr. thing. Why
They-
is Jim in there?
Well, because they keep going back to old audio.
I haven't listened to the clip.
And they have like they're pulling up. They were like when Donald Trump Jr. was on some show called The Six Pack, and then Opie and Anthony, and then Opie and Jim Norton. He said things like, and it was they were mad at him because he said, "You can't make fun of fat people anymore."
Right.
Or there was one little joke. I don't even remember him making the joke, to tell you the truth. But after the movie theater shooting, the big one,
Yeah.
you guys were playing audio,
Right.
and his joke after it was 2 thumbs up for the movie,
Right,
trivializing.
right.
And now they've taken that, and they were like 4 years, 5 years, however years later it is, they're making it, into a news story.
Yeah, I sent him an email and said, if you want to come on, if not, I'm not pushing out that vid audio. Who
No.
the fuck? I mean, they just dig through archives. The press. That's what they do. Didn't Stern say he's not going to send stuff out because he feels like it's backstabbing his guests?
Yeah,
He was right.
he was saying that he could have easily just put on a best of
Right.
Trump on the show.
Yeah.
Sure.
But he's not going to do that.
Yeah, no, he shouldn't.
It's amazing though how far they're digging. Like
Yeah.
it's the
Oh, yeah.
kid
Yeah,
on the
I
show
know.
talking about wanting to make fun of fat people. Like it's
Yeah.
it's a complete non-issue.
No.
But then on the other side, this morning I walked in here and Fox
And
News
so
was
Roland.
on.
Speaking of fat people. No, go ahead.
Is he fat? I haven't even noticed.
Wow.
I don't body shame.
And how?
I walked in and Fox News was on, and they had some author on who was talking about Hillary Clinton,
Yeah.
and his big indictment of her was, when she was Secretary of State, she took the lamps home with her.
Oh.
And it was like the anchors of Fox News were outraged. They were going, "Well, I don't understand. If Hillary's rich, why would she have to take the lamps home with her?" And he goes, "You know what it is? It's a sense of entitlement. That's what it is."
She brought those lamps home, huh?
Yeah.
Mm-hmm. Let's see.
Yeah.
Can't find it.
Yeah, she brought the lamps home.
Oh, damn it, my fingers. I'm
It's
too
a
tired.
press, not a push or a
I
tap.
know. I just can't find it.
She brought the lamps home.
God damn it. Oh, there it is.
How far better it is to strike a match than curse the darkness.
So true.
Because she wanted the room to
Yes.
be well lit. I see. Yeah, she was. Their big story on Hillary this morning was she stole the lamps when she was Secretary of State, and all the Secret Service hated working for her because she cursed at them.
Well, that's a little more interesting.
They said on the thing that all the Secret Service people said that they would say good morning, and she would respond with 4-letter words. Like, fuck you.
I don't believe that. Good morning, cunt. All right.
Good morning. Fuck you. Good morning.
Yeah.
Fuck yourself.
I love the
Or
idea of
maybe
that
she's in
being
a bad
true.
mood. Yeah, it probably is true.
Yeah.
I don't know if I
Eat
believe that.
shit.
Yeah, I don't know if when she would just say fuck
Maybe
you.
she just gave him the finger. Maybe she thought they were sarcastic because of the drama at the time.
Oh,
Yeah.
good morning. Oh, shit.
Good morning.
I'm going to fucking Sri Lanka this morning. What's so good about it?
Maybe.
I was a Secretary of State,
That's good.
This show's not going to be successful if you discourage your hot guests like me in the first segment.
I'm just very tired.
Where's the intern? I demand a new order.
So have you been enjoying watching the election, or are you spending your time watching, old movies and stuff on Oxygen to escape it all?
Maybe you didn't fucking hear what I said, Sam. Yeah, I mean, obviously, it's just so annoying. It makes everyone sick now. Everyone's sick.
Yeah.
Election fatigue, I'd call it. No, but I mean, it is too much now.
You heard what Trump said about grab the you-know-what?
Whoa, Jim. It's a morning show, I don't know if we want to go in that direction.
Grab the you-know-what. Yeah, no, I can't take it anymore.
D-Bag, Colin needs a new order.
I need a new order.
A new order. Okay.
You're the intern?
No.
He'll,
Associate producer.
I love it.
Really?
He's not the intern because he grabs the mic to answer the questions.
I know.
What can I help you with?
What is your
Remind me
title?
of
What is your title?
Joe Manchin. Yeah.
Associate producer.
Okay.
That's going to change. That's going to change very shortly.
Okay.
So are you getting my order? Don't you feel like you're too big for it since you're an associate producer?
You're a legend, so
Yeah, he's
it's
got
not
a
a problem
point.
for me.
Would you do that for Paul Schrader? Did you know he wrote Taxi Driver?
I did not, but now I do.
Nobody does their homework.
I know, but Paul Schrader's like fucking right next to Scorsese. He's like the most famous, Norton.
Wow.
I'm shocked that Jim
Scorsese's-
Norton didn't know that about Paul Schrader, to be honest with you.
Yeah.
He's a guy that would know that.
He's a director, too, this Paul Schrader.
Yeah, he's directed many movies.
He has. He directed this new movie with Willem Dafoe. That's why he's
He
coming
might
in.
have wrote Hardcore, too.
He did. Well, he directed it.
Wow.
See?
He did direct.
If Jim
the
wasn't
film.
so tired, he'd be excited about Paul Schrader today.
I know. I'm excited. But I am literally fucking dead on my feet.
You better have a couple of cups of coffee.
Oh, don't get me started. I'm a real bee without my coffee. He did direct a film I love a lot.
What film is that?
Blue Collar.
Oh.
Richard Pryor. I would love to ask him about that. And Harvey
I like
Keitel.
Richard Pryor. I like his stand-up.
I didn't see it. I just saw his movies. You ever see Bustin' Loose? The one with Gleason, the toy?
Hey, listen, kid. What's your name?
Derek.
Derek.
Yeah. D-Bag I go by.
Ah.
I didn't ask for it.
No,
Sam
don't try to. You just
Well,
took
I
ownership
thought
of it
I
when
was
you
gonna be
said it.
corrected, so-
And then you took ownership. And then Colin just kind of stared at you coldly.
Yeah.
And so you lost confidence in your nickname.
Of course, it's the worst nickname ever.
Oh, it's horrendous. I mean,
You think D-Bag's a good nickname?
No, it's
I didn't ask for it, but
D-bag.
guys are right.
It's like a.
You
It's
see,
like it's like a horrible frat nickname from the 80s. Hey, D-bag.
Yeah, it's not
Yeah.
good.
but
Terrible.
you took great pride in it when you presented yourself as that just now. Like literally 30 seconds ago when
Yeah,
you
I
said
don't know.
it.
I don't know what you thought was going to happen. I was going to rear back in my seat, cackling.
He
with
goes, yeah, the name's Derek, but they call me D-Bag. I don't know. I didn't ask for it. I don't know. I didn't ask for
Do you
it.
think that he thought it was going to be a real chuckle getter?
Oh, D-Bag.
D-bag.
You played this one all wrong, D-Bag.
Yeah. You can call me once.
At least
Just,
let him see the tattoo, so there's something going on.
just don't call me late for supper.
So what do you need from D-Bag?
I don't know. Do they have any kind of fun muffins and stuff? Isn't that
Fun muffins?
What's a fun
like
muffin?
delicious
That's what I call
blueberry
assholes.
muffin.
we've played this game before, Colin.
Do you have a Ew.
No, he sent me out for muffins once, and I had to go in and out 5 times.
We played this game before.
I ended up at Magnolia, though, so
you
that
ever
seems
been-
like the safe
Yeah.
bet.
Have you ever been so disrespected at a radio
No,
show before?
I kinda
You
like
got
it.
nobody
I
greeting
kinda
you.
like it.
Your lines are falling flat with the host.
No, I snuck away from the greeting because I was ashamed of Roland's outfit.
That's right, I forgot. And now you got the intern being like,
I'm not an intern.
We've played this game before, Colin.
He's the associate producer.
You're right.
You're right.
He does think he's too big for it.
We played this game before. Well, guess what? To me, it's no game, young man.
Okay.
I'll take a Magnolia, blueberry muffin, and another tea, please.
Make sure
kind
it's
of
one of the
tea?
fun muffins, though.
English breakfast tea. If they don't have any blueberry muffins, get a fun fucking donut or whatever they have.
Okay.
But like a morning thing. Don't be coming back with a cookie like it's 2 in the afternoon.
The breakfast.
Yeah, like a breakfast treat.
How about a corn muffin?
Oh.
No, fuck corn muffins. I haven't eaten those since I was a little kid.
You don't like corn muffins?
It's useless.
There's a little sweetness to them. I don't mind a corn
There's
muffin.
no sweetness. That's the problem.
Corn muffins are sweet.
Blueberry muffins are sweet.
You're going to the wrong place for these corn muffins if they're not sweet.
How about a bran muffin?
Ah, the worst.
Have a bran muffin.
No.
My treat.
Maybe a donut or something. They have donuts there?
What about Dunkin' Donuts?
Yeah, maybe a Dunkin' Donut, but I don't like the tea
Ooh.
there.
Well, you get D-bag stopping a couple places, even though he's
you're
not an
right.
intern.
Even though last time we've been through this.
Yeah. No, Colin. Not multiple errands.
D-bag's like, this is not my first rodeo.
Yeah.
So Colin wants a donut.
Yeah, let me explain something to you, Colin. Associate producer means I've been on this ride before, okay? I'm not some guy just starting out.
Where do you live?
Long Island.
Ooh, where?
New Hyde Park.
Jesus Christ, how the hell do you get here every day? Just sitting on the trundling on the train?
Yeah.
Trying to let people know that, you're more than just an intern?
Yeah.
I gotta
No
go
one
associate
cares, though.
produce.
What time do you leave in the morning?
Now I leave at the 6:01 train, which isn't bad, but that's because we're starting, at
Let's
8.
be honest.
Oh, okay.
Even though you're the associate producer,
Yeah.
someone in the family drops you off at the train. No,
No, I drive to the train.
All right, D-bag.
So you want a donut?
We need... Go
I
get
want
Colin.
something-
Here's what you do.
I need more coffee.
Bring a dozen donuts for the boys.
No.
Go get a dozen donuts for the boys.
yeah, Willem Dafoe probably wants a donut.
He wants it. Of
He's
course
not
he
going
wants
to
a
eat a
donut.
donut. He's been in shape for 30 years.
It's
Yeah,
like
but-
Michael Douglas says, surprise me, sports.
Yeah.
I
Willem
don't want your
Dafoe-
cheap salesman talk. Give me a surprise.
Yeah,
me
get him
with
a
something.
donut from Endicott Steel. Blue Horseshoe wants a donut.
Go pick up a dozen donuts, and then go to Magnolia.
Get blueberry muffin.
No, don't get don't get a
What the
blueberry.
fuck?
Are you fucking crazy?
I want coffee.
Here's what you
I'm
do.
really tired.
Okay, this is good.
Thank you.
You can get an English breakfast from Starbucks, right?
Yeah.
So
One tea bag, though. Roland tried to hook me up
Oh.
with two, but it got too strong.
One tea bag, D-bag.
D-bag, what are we doing? A dozen donuts from where?
Dunkin'
You don't need a
Donuts.
dozen donuts.
We need a dozen.
I can't eat a donut.
Well, then you won't have one of the dozen.
Willem Dafoe might want one.
He's not. He's got a fucking. He's been in great abs.
Press days or cheat days for Willem Dafoe. He'll have a donut.
Yeah.
So you're gonna get a dozen donuts. Make a little variety in there. That way CQ can have his pick. Fuck. Then you go to Starbucks.
Donuts.
I know. Then you go to Starbucks. You get Mr. Norton a coffee. You get CQ an English breakfast with how many tea bags?
Uno.
One.
One tea, and then
what
when
size with one tea bag? A large at one tea bag is
That
no-
large one.
How do you like a large at one tea bag? That's diluted tea.
No,
Not
this is
too
too
strong.
strong. I might as well be drinking a cup of coffee for crying out loud.
And when
It's an
you-
inside joke among the tea drinkers.
and when you come back in here with all the stuff, you put down the donuts, then you put down the coffee. Then you walk over to Colin and you go, one tea bag from D bag, and you put it right in front of him.
Is that
Okay,
how you want me to do it?
Of
Yeah.
course.
I like, you see, because Sam's done these jobs. I like the fact, I like him in charge, like giving out the orders the way it's done properly.
This is how it's done.
He's showing how you start.
In a
look at it now.
professional way.
He's sitting on top of that
Presentation.
fucking large seat.
Yes, yes.
All right.
Well, then what are you still looking at me for, D bag?
That is true. You had your marching orders and you
You
kept
got your
staring.
assignment. Go, D bag, go. All right. And what do we have? Some kind of
Wait a minute. Hold on.
we made
Roland made D-bag just. Oh,
oh my
That
god.
order may not be needed.
that order's not needed. Roland just walked in.
Ship cinnamon.
What's that?
What's chocolate ship?
Yeah, whatever. Give me a chocolate chips, Corp
Yeah.
Daddy.
Yeah, bring one of those chocolate chips
What
over
is
here.
that shit?
You
This is
fucking
great.
Inside a bottle.
These things are the greatest.
Thank you, Roland.
Oh boy.
Look at that D bag. All this
Wow.
time.
Cinnamon sugar,
Holy motherfucker. These things are incredible.
lemon, and chocolate chip.
Jesus. And that's blueberry, isn't it?
Yes.
D bag, can I tell
Why'd
you what
take
the lesson
two?
is here?
Treat yourself
What's
today.
No, these are too big.
I'll put more.
D bag needs to learn a lesson here.
What's
D-Bag
that?
learned a lesson the hard way just now.
It's exactly
Roland showed him how it's done.
All
That is
this
true.
time you were in here yapping about whether you were an associate producer or what your nickname was or who drove you to the train or whatever it was. Roland was downstairs
Doing, yeah.
showing you
That's
up.
right. Roland looked at Colin and said,
What's your pleasure, young fella?
It finally worked.
Yes.
You understand what happened there, D bag?
Yeah, D-Bag.
Well,
Yeah.
that's probably. I went in the hallway and I heard Colin say something about a muffin when I walked out, and I was like,
Maybe you should have had those ears open
Well,
when
I
he
said
said
to
it.
Roland, I'm probably going to get sent to Magnolia Bakery, and then I guess he was proactive about the situation.
And what were
He
you?
cared.
Well, I don't like the fact that you're
doing
trying to
other
take credit
things.
for bringing up Magnolia and then
That
Roland.
is true.
Exactly.
Roland
Roland
came through.
scurried
Roland
off.
came through.
He's
No,
Hat
it's
off
more
to
than
him.
came through. You're trying to say he scurried off the minute you said Magnolia. Mr. Quinn.
He's saying the Roland stole his idea.
It's not what happened here, D-Bag. You were doing a lot of this gum flapping.
Yeah.
And Roland was getting the job done. You see what happened?
You're having a pity party because of that 6 a.m. to the New Hyde Park every day.
That's right. You were gum
I didn't bring
flapping
up the
while
train.
Roland was lazily trudging.
Yeah.
These guys get up at 7:15 and fucking then they complain. I'm the one that gets up at 5.
That's what you were saying. And look what happened.
I don't remember saying that.
So, you know, you could get up whatever time. Apparently, Roland's getting up a couple minutes before you are. Because that early bird got this worm.
Unbelievable.
Yeah.
That doesn't
Yeah.
excuse Roland's outfit.
Let me ask you something. What?
I walked and turned around and ran in the other door because of the way Roland looked.
You were
I'm not even
embarrassed.
kidding.
You were embarrassed.
Yes.
D-Bag, are you going to sit here and listen about Roland's outfit?
No, I'm gonna go.
Somebody's thirsty.
Yeah.
That
Yeah.
tea is still too strong.
Me and Colin both thirsty.
What are we doing? This is absurd.
How is that? How's your muffin?
It's delicious.
It
It's
is good,
incredible.
right? Fuck.
So
This muffin's unbelievable.
you were put off by Roland's outfit this morning.
Yeah, it was real. No, it was real. I mean, look at me. I'm dressed like a bum, but I was like, Jesus Christ.
Well, you're not an employee here. You're a
No,
guest.
it was terrible.
But it's also you're wearing like grays and navies and stuff. There's something about a bright orange.
A bright
that really-
orange on a big on a mad Turk. Really, he really is.
How's your leg, man? You look like you're all healed up.
He's a guy in any strange town that the cops would just pull him right over, and the whole town would do, yeah, he's the one that did it. Bring him in. And he'd be like, no, I didn't. And he'd be guilty, his charge.
I don't like how you ignored my concern.
Well, my leg is not better, as a matter of fact. My Achilles.
What happened to the
tore my
leg?
Achilles a couple. Well, it's
Yeah.
kind of an interesting story. I was on the set of the Sandler movie a couple of months ago. And
Oh.
They want to play basketball, so I was like, I'll play the game, even though I was kind of hesitant.
Yeah.
And I was like playing. I was like, you know what? I'm not old. I can still play. This is great. And then I heard pop, and there I was
You heard it?
screaming. Yeah, I heard
you
the
were
pop.
you were screaming.
Yeah, the Achilles tore, and it was on the
Oh.
set. But the fun part was it was on the set. They had basketball. It was on the set of a mansion. The mansion where Jack Waltz found the horse's head in his bed.
Wow,
That
then the
was kinda
horse's
fun.
ass hurt himself.
They found a horse's ass grabbing his ankle on the basketball court.
Now, fellas,
Okay. Oh, that's just a great house.
Wow.
it was really
you're-
cool.
You were playing basketball. Was
We
it?
went in the pool and everything.
Did that used to be Chaplin's house?
It
Oh,
was.
really?
It was Charlie Chaplin's house, yeah.
Did you jump up and then land on it weird? Like
No,
how
I
did you...
just. It always happens when you're standing still and you just run suddenly.
Oh.
That's when it happens.
When you made a move.
Did that make you feel old too? That you didn't actually do anything. It just
Right.
all of a sudden your Achilles just decides to give up on you.
Yeah.
How long did it take help to get there? Or did you guys go to the hospital?
Well, I went to the hospital in a couple of days. No, I foolishly just figured it was swollen, even though I heard the pop like an idiot. So I went the next day to the airport and walked through the airport like a fool.
Hurt?
The New Kennedy extension, which takes like 20 minutes. And
Delta.
yeah,
You must have flown Delta.
maybe it was Delta, but it was quite a pain in the ass. And then I had the operation next week.
Oh, you didn't do it yet?
No, I had it 8 weeks ago.
Oh,
the
the next
crutches,
week.
I was on a
see,
scooter.
Yeah, I remember. So why is it so
Scootering
bad?
around.
You were on a scooter?
Well, it takes a year.
Oh.
It takes 6 months before you recover.
All right, but you can walk without the cane.
I can walk without the cane, but very slowly.
Was that embarrassing to have to walk with a cane?
No, I was on a scooter, for Christ's sake.
That was the worst.
Scootering on the streets like an idiot. People looking at me like, this guy's washed up.
Yeah. They were like, "Oh, is that the Weekend Update guy on
Yeah.
that, on that
Oh, no.
scooter,
Yeah.
immobile?"
Yeah.
That's not good.
Scootering through the streets. Oh.
That's not. Oh, and he got Jim the coffee.
Roland's on fire today. Thank you, Roland.
Roland
Tell Derek he
is
doesn't have to come back.
Let me tell you something, Roland. D-Bag is being made to look like quite a fool because of you.
You're really.
That
Thank you.
nickname is starting to fit more and more.
You
Oh,
sure as
Roland
hell
probably
is.
just had a cup in the back and he put his fucking probably company coffee in there, put ice in it. It's probably a scam he runs.
There I am, look, on the screen.
Oh, just scootering
TMZ,
around.
scootering.
It
Watching
wasn't
me
even. It's not even TMZ. It's X17
I'm
online.
What?
Yeah, it's not
It's
TMZ.
not TMZ.
It's
I thought that was TMZ.
No.
It's X17.
Oh, man.
Yeah.
Oh, look, you know you can tell it's not TMZ.
Yeah, because they're talking to Colin.
Look at I like this. Colin is obviously like trying to come up with some witticisms for the camera and everything, thinking TMZ is kind of a big deal. Jim, could you read the view count for me?
It's not many. It's only 534, but it's a while ago. It's giving these things time to grow online.
from September 21st.
It's gonna get viral.
When you said scooter, I didn't realize you
500
meant
views on it.
standing. I thought you meant a scooter that you sat on. Standing scooter's not that bad.
Oh, standing scooter, one leg.
That's
No,
not that bad.
standing scooter's pretty bad
I
because
saw-
then
we had-
everybody knows you're injured.
We had dinner the night before you went in.
Yeah.
We had a nice, delicious Italian supper.
Oh,
To do that again. It's very hard not to eat bad in that restaurant.
it is?
Yeah.
You're not kidding.
How glad are you that the donuts didn't come through?
I'm happy.
I saw your look of panic, like you wanted, because the rest of the room wanted donuts, but you
Yeah.
can't have them
I
around you.
know, I'm just weak. I mean, I won't eat them, but I'm tired and I'm fucking weak.
You are.
Tugging my-
That's when you break the diet.
Yes, that's when you gotta be careful.
Good insight.
That's right.
Good insight. What were you doing last night that you couldn't sleep?
I know. There's more to the story than meets the eye.
I did my set. Went home, had some Vietnamese food.
Ah,
No. Then I was just relaxing. I played with my dick a little bit. Didn't do a whole lot, and then I just couldn't fall asleep.
You don't have a TV in your bedroom though, so you just lay there.
Yeah.
You've got to find a way to incorporate whatever you jerked off to like a sleep type of something that induces sleep.
Who the hell can fall asleep watching beheadings?
That's true. How do you? How do you figure out how to make jerking off make it part of your nighttime?
Just thinking, I know what he means about the ritual. I'll tell you what. This is why I talked about the UFO. What I was dozing off trying to fall asleep thinking of was that I was on a plane to Australia. And I caught UFO footage out the window on my cell phone. I think of these weird scenarios sometimes to doze off to.
And then was the whole world abuzz at the footage that Jimmy Norton had found on his cell phone?
I try not to get too detailed with it because then it will keep me awake.
But I think Sam brings up a good point. Somewhere in your stupid fantasy, you're the hero that caught the UFO footage.
Well, yeah.
Suddenly you're sitting there with Neil Tyson, all these people who, well, fellas, I saw it and I looked at it. It's like, oh, God.
Because he was the one observant boy on the airplane.
Yes, exactly.
Everybody
Yeah.
else was sleeping, but not Jim. He was on watch.
You know what? You're not wrong. They were all sleeping except for me, and I was holding the phone up, and I was even in this half asleep daydream fantasy, was picturing the reflection not bouncing back because I had the thing right up against the window.
Right.
Oh,
It really
that's
was
horrible.
an asshole's thought.
Because part of it is also
was.
you were the one who was prepared to get it. You know what I mean?
Yeah.
Yeah.
Like you were the one who had it in you.
He was an American hero in that
He was.
goddamn scenario.
No, just right place, right time, and in the fantasy,
I'm no hero, ladies and gentlemen. I'm no hero.
No, but in the fantasy, I
I was
had
going to do
my
a comedy gig.
I had my phone out because I was listening to my iPod. I have to have realism in these daydreams, right? I can't just be
Sure.
all of a sudden like I'm the president. It's got to be something that has like a linear
Yeah.
progression. So I had my phone out because I was listening to music, and I just opened it and took a video.
Do you know when you're daydreaming like that? You mean like right
Oh yeah,
before
I
you
was
fall
conscious.
asleep?
I was awake. But I was just trying to fall asleep. I think of terribly weird scenarios. A lot of times I think of the plane breaking up and us falling to our deaths. I swear to God, that's to fall asleep. It
Does that
doesn't
help
work.
you fall asleep?
No,
No,
but it's
not
weirdly
usually.
comforting sometimes.
Really?
Sure.
Yeah.
Crashing in a plane?
I don't know.
Sweet relief. Oh,
Yeah, maybe.
death, where is thy sting? Oh.
I don't get that philosophical.
Yeah. I never know when I'm having those daydreams until like halfway through, and then once I become aware, I can't. I'm wide awake.
Do you ever get that feeling and you realize you look across at me and you're like, wow, this isn't a dream?
Yeah.
I haven't, not yet. I haven't experienced that yet.
He was once D-bag, and now he's sitting there across from you.
That's right. Well, I once had to take that kind of guff.
And now he's in the master chair because you're too lazy to figure out the buttons, as you call them.
Oh, I could probably figure out the buttons if
No,
I was
you
taught.
couldn't.
Sam went to
No, you
school.
couldn't.
He was spoiled.
Yeah. All Jim did was go to the School of Hard Knocks. They don't teach button pushing.
I don't want to
Where'd you
learn
go,
the
Syracuse?
Yeah.
Syracuse
You
broadcast?
don't pretend you don't know where I went to school. You've been obsessed with it for years. Yeah, Syracuse.
Did you go with D. Coldman?
No, I don't think so. I didn't go to broadcasting school.
No, Derek Coleman. He was the star of Syracuse.
He's a
No,
basketball
I went,
player.
I went when Carmelo Anthony was there.
Oh.
Yeah, we
You're a
were
young one.
we were in the same
Mellow.
freshman class.
You were.
Mello and I.
And did you guys study together?
No, we didn't have
Was he
any.
like, I'm nervous about this big test? I know that. He didn't take the class the whole time he was there.
Do you guys ever talk about the good old? Do you think he'd remember you?
Carmelo?
Yeah.
I don't know if our paths crossed. I don't know if we made enough of an impact on each other's lives.
He'd probably be fine talking to you. You Stan tells the story about how he saw him fall asleep in class. He'd probably enjoy talking to you.
Yes.
Yeah. I like my Carmelo. The only two Carmelo Anthony stories are the one where he was like not paying attention in class.
What?
Where he said,
I don't buy that.
Well, when he volunteered, he put his hand up in a class, and it was the first time, he had his head down on the desk with his hood up,
Yes. Oh,
And-
my goodness.
and then he put his hand up, And the teacher was like,
An anomaly.
right. Teacher was excited.
Yeah.
No, Carmelo, yes. And he said, war is bad. It makes me sad. Then he put his head back down on the desk.
And the teacher said,
You're not so smart now, are you?
And then I knew this other girl that blew him and didn't consider it cheating on her boyfriend back at home because
no.
it's Carmelo Anthony.
were
you
you
know?
her boyfriend?
No, I wasn't her
that'd be
boyfriend.
so
She
hot.
was also in Syracuse. But other than that,
She told you she blew him and said it's not cheating.
yeah, she said it's Carmelo, and I was like, yeah, I get that.
Wow.
Yeah.
That's awesome. That's how you know you're doing well in life when girls suck your dick and they're like, it's not being unfaithful. It's him."
Right, it's Carmelo.
Right.
And even
It's-
her boyfriend's like, all right, come
It's
on.
Carmelo. Yeah, but and then he left after freshman year. He was gone. He was out of my life.
Yeah.
You know,
He left after being a freshman to go to
he went to the
NBA.
Denver Nuggets right after that.
Okay.
Yeah.
If Sam met, what would you say if you met him? Like, hey, remember the student union?
Probably bring up Otto the Orange.
Late nights on the quad.
Late nights on the quad.
Yeah, he was. Hey, wait, wasn't his defensive coach? What's his name?
Who?
The molester.
Sandusky?
No, the Sandusky of Syracuse.
Oh, that's right. There's another one.
Oh, that's right. Yeah.
You don't remember
I don't
him.
remember his
You-
name.
You blocked him out.
Yeah.
For my one season as the water boy.
I forgot that guy. You know, it's funny. That guy got so overshadowed. I feel like Jerry
Yeah, Bernie
Sandusky.
Fine.
Jerry
Fine,
Sandusky
yeah.
put up Hall of Fame numbers. Bernie Fine was a solid molester.
Right.
he
Not on
was.
that level.
But
Yeah.
then Bernie Fine was the one whose like wife was in on it, and
No,
he had
his
his
wife
little-
was banging all the players. 'Cause
Yes.
She's like, well, if you're going to do that, I'm going to do this.
Yeah,
Was he fucking boys or girls?
Boys.
boys.
my
Yeah,
God.
like the young, and then she would fuck the players on
Right.
the team.
That's right.
And
Oh
he
my
had like
God.
his locked up basement or whatever in his
Right.
house. Yeah,
Maybe we
yeah.
should ask Mello what happened. Maybe he banged her.
That'd be great, wouldn't it?
Yeah.
Because that's not a shameful story. He probably wouldn't admit it if Bernie Fine touched him, but if he fucked Bernie Fine's wife, he would definitely admit it.
Well, would he admit that girl blew him, though, is the question.
That's what I would ask him, because I'd say I have the hard facts to prove it.
Wait,
What's
was
her name?
Bernie-
Dolores Kensington?
Was Bernie Fine molesting the players? No.
No.
It was it was
Kids,
like
right? Okay.
young.
Whoa.
Yeah.
That's sick. No, he was.
Touch
I
your
don't know
kids.
what he was doing. I forget it. It was like
Yeah.
ball boys or something.
I don't know.
Towel boys, which
Like
right away.
underage kids or just creepy?
Oh, not underage. It depends on age. I mean,
Ball boys.
Yeah,
How
Afghanistan. It's a
How
different
old's a ball
culture.
boy? Oh yeah, a little bacha bazi.
Yes. I don't know how old they were.
Yeah, it was ball boys, though. It was in
So underage.
in 2002. Phone conversations were released that one of the former ball boys and Fine's wife, Lori, in the tape, Lori said she knew about her husband's behavior but felt powerless to stop it.
Yeah.
So she just stayed with him and let it happen.
That's pretty sad.
Yeah, I don't know. I didn't know who Bernie Fine was until all this molestation stuff started coming out.
Yeah,
I knew
right.
Jim Boeheim.
Yeah, Boeheim.
You know, I knew Carmelo Anthony. That was what I knew.
Yeah.
Hakeem Warwick. He wasn't as famous after he left Syracuse. Jerry McNamara, also. I believe he's still a coach in Syracuse. He didn't end up
No.
doing much in the NBA. But
Syracuse
Carmelo
is a very
Anthony.
depressing town.
It's terrible. It's
Really miserable.
terrible.
I like it. I think it's more uplifting than Buffalo.
No, it's not.
I don't know. Yeah, aside from the,
It's like a bad neighborhood in Buffalo.
Syracuse is a terrible place aside from the college. Like you can't walk around off campus.
Why?
It's violent.
Yeah,
Oh.
it's all like violent and gangs and low income and crime and yeah. And get
Excellent way to
fucking
avoid a
robbed.
word. It's like we're playing $25,000 pyramid, but it's keep your job.
He goes, it's just a bad town. It's all euphemisms and euphemisms.
Yeah. Loud talk in the movies and cutting online and large genitals.
Hot sauce.
Oh, yeah. Maybe you're right. I haven't
Yeah.
spent that much time there.
It's not a good area, and it's fucking. The weather is the most depressing thing in the world.
Yeah.
it's like
always
8
overcast.
Yeah, 8 months or more sometimes of just gray.
Yeah.
Just gray skies.
See, I'm surprised
always.
that's a violent area because usually warmer weather, people get ornery in the warmer weather. And they're not when it's freezing cold out.
They just stay indoors when it's freezing, but
Yeah.
not in Syracuse.
Sure, like what? The Vikings? But anyway, that brings up one of those most boring facts I've ever heard. You know, usually in the warmer weather, at least look it up. Google it.
No, but
anyway,
I was talking more in our cities.
Ah,
Yeah, in New York, I
like
think,
Memphis?
I don't know.
And
I don't know either.
Let's say in the Big Apple,
I was
crime
saying-
probably goes up in the summer because people are out of the house.
Yeah, I
in
was
the
thinking
winter, they're at
Chicago.
home.
They always say like the summer's much worse than the winter.
Right.
Jesus, guys, why do you think? Because people are out of his car, obviously. This is ridiculous.
But then it goes back to
Syracuse is
Syracuse.
bad. So I'm saying
is
Syracuse breaks the
infuriating.
mold. Why? It's the truth.
no, it's not that cold. It's just overcast. People are depressed.
Oh, yeah,
It's pretty
all-
cold. I mean,
It's not cold.
Who wants, to
very
commit who wants to
cold.
commit a crime when it's fucking overcast? You feel too bummed out.
I just don't have the motivation to do
I
it.
like the overcast upstate New York. It's kind of romantic. There's something beautiful about upstate
You
New
just
York.
said it was depressing.
Yeah.
Well, Syracuse is, but I mean like the country part.
And you're not wrong. And he likes the leaves.
I
the
do
most
like the leaves.
enraging thing was us driving up to a gig, me, him, and Keith and Colin enjoying the foliage.
Did you guys enjoy it?
I tried to have a civilized time with these two idiots, and the whole time he's just berating me over my less than alpha male driving.
All you want to be is a person,
It
right?
was-
You
that's
just
a great
for
way
1
to put
second.
it. Less than alpha driving. He was hustling the tier for cigarettes for his man. That was the driving he was doing. It was awful.
I saw a truck ahead of me, and I got a little.
It wasn't ahead of
intimidated.
it was in another lane. And the truck in the other lane slowed down. He slowed down. I'm like, what the fuck are you doing?
Are you a bit of a timid driver, Colin?
I got scared.
Yes.
I got scared.
Well, you just don't have the road experience. You're a city guy. You don't have the road experience.
I don't drive that much.
Yeah.
I'm not like this Jersey type running around, jumping off the exits, scurrying across lanes. I'm very cautious.
You're a bit of a cautious driver.
Well, it's like Mother used to tell me when I first started driving. I'm not worried about you. I'm worried about the other person. They might.
Yes.
Make a
I heard the
stupid
same
move.
thing when they were obviously had no faith in us.
And I've been living by it ever since.
I get it. My mother doesn't like to drive on the highway, so she and you probably have a lot in common. You know.
But the best move I made, really one of the greatest moves of my life, was a week before we had done a gig, and Norton, or maybe a month before, Norton wouldn't stop late at night. I wanted to get something, treats for, the late night trip back from some godforsaken gig in Jersey. And then this time he forgot about it. So he goes, I need he needed his cappuccino. I pull into the rest area, the service road. He forgot all about what he did last time.
And by the way, how long ago was last time?
Probably 3 weeks before that.
Okay, so it wasn't long.
Wasn't a long time at all.
Okay.
Maybe 2 weeks.
Okay.
And then so I pull in and I slow down. And he's getting mentally and physically prepared to enjoy probably his chops with, moisturizer.
He's gonna get some combos or something. Yeah.
No, he just wanted his cappuccino. He has to have his morning cappuccino.
Oh, sure.
And I just right back on.
He was getting ready for his caffeine
He was
fix.
so mad, but then when I reminded him of his egregious behavior the week before, he took it like a man. He's like, oh, damn it.
Do you remember that?
Live by the sword, he died by
I
the
do,
sword.
yes.
Were you disappointed when he kept driving?
Yes, I was. Yes, I was.
Did you take it in good stride at first, or did you yell at him?
I was
No,
annoyed, but
he was
then
mad at
I
first,
had
but then he
no-
took it in good
What was I
stride.
going to do? I mean, it was fucking, it was fair.
When I
Right.
reminded him of what happened, yes.
That he had not stopped at the rest stop for you?
Yeah.
Yeah, but he likes to stop at every rest area.
Yes, I do.
We would stop a lot, and it was fun. But you wanted eating so much junk food.
I know.
Why'd you stop at every rest area?
Just to eat.
Yeah, just to
Exactly.
get a nice
When
snack.
me,
ran in with a
when me and
drill.
Bobby Kelly used to go on, we used to go on to like gigs. Like one time we went to Penn State, we would stop at a supermarket. That's how much food we got. We said, this calls for a supermarket trip.
Yeah,
Cheez-Its, everything.
there's nothing better than fucking digging in when you're driving.
Ah, the old days. We'd
Yeah.
all go to gigs together. But the problem is, we all got too greedy. Like nobody wants to not make a lot of money.
Like
so-
everybody wants to do their own shows.
Yeah, everybody wants to do their own shows.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Why don't you get the gang back together?
I wouldn't say that's greedy because the money. We did do a traveling tough crowd once.
We tried,
in
yeah.
a college years. I forget where it was. I remember arguing with Continental because it was in a college and they wouldn't fly anything but a tiny plane there, and I was so fucking freaked out by tiny planes back in like 2004.
Well, I'll tell you this. When I was a young student at Syracuse University, you know who came up there?
Who?
And it was the Tough Crowd tour. You didn't go. It was Robert Kelly, Keith Robinson, and Jim Norton.
What? Did you go to the show?
I went to the show.
Wow.
It's very funny. I still have pictures with all the comedians from
You
that
do?
show.
Do
Oh,
Do
yes.
you have that picture?
Yeah, I do.
I got to see that.
Yeah, I do. My mom sent it to me the other day. Remember? Except my mom sends me that picture like every couple of years, so
Can
I
you
remember.
Post it now. Do you have it? You must
I'm
have it
sure
if she
it's on
sent
my
it to you.
phone. Yeah.
It must have had some impact on his life that he forgot about it until just now.
I know. And every couple of years, he has to be reminded.
Where'd you grow up? Where'd you grow up?
In Westchester,
Where?
New Rochelle,
Tell him what you call it.
the best Chester.
Ugh. Did I tell you about the time I got beat up by girls on North Avenue?
You did?
No.
Yeah.
How much did that cost you?
I left the bar with the underage girl, and then her sister.
How
came.
underage?
Oh, she was probably 2 years younger
Oh,
than me.
all right, not fun.
No, I was only 19 myself.
Yeah, yeah.
Was it there across the street from Iona?
Well, it was Gary's Barleycorn.
Jesus,
That's probably
what
closed
an
by
awful
now.
name for a
Gary's-
place.
Gary's
Gary's
Barleycorn.
It was a hot club back then.
Well,
It was next door to Gary's Barleycorn. There were 2 bars.
What an old man bar that is.
I know. Sorry, Grandpa.
But it
That
was
bar doesn't exist anymore.
Well, it was actually a hip, young, vibrant place at the time. A lot of Iona students were there.
See, it was probably
And apparently some.
it's probably
high
right
school
across
students
from Iona. But so you get this underage girl. At
Yeah, so I
Gary's
started making out with her
Barleycorn.
in the alley behind Ben Gary's, and then she goes, "What's my name?" And I couldn't remember her name. She's like, "You son of a bitch!" She starts cursing at me because I forgot her name, which I don't blame her, you know.
Yeah.
And I mean, we only just met, but it's like you have to remember someone's name. You're making out with them. Then we walk outside, and her sister was apparently with her friends. Like, "Where's my sister? She's under." I didn't know she was on. She was in a bar, and then we walk outside, and her sister just walks up, and I'm like, "Hey!" And somehow her sister like tripped me and punched me at the same time. I went flying on the ground. Of course, my friends thought it was the funniest thing ever.
Yeah, that a girl
Girls were
got you.
kicking
With,
me, punching me.
What were you doing in New Rochelle?
I don't remember. It was some friend of ours lived around there, so we went to a bar.
If you want an update on, you want to find out whatever happened to Gary's Barleycorn?
Sure.
Well, the corporate owner of the bar pled guilty to serving alcohol illegally to 6 teenagers the night 2 of them died in a 1994 car accident.
Oof.
so is that a problem for the bar?
Yeah, it becomes
Jesus.
difficult to continue to serve.
Yeah.
Although 20 years ago it wasn't as bad. Now that's the end of you. But back even in the early 90s it wasn't as bad.
Look, I've never
Apparently,
heard.
he didn't hear the story. They said it's over because of that.
No,
He's
they
like,
didn't.
it's not as bad.
Hold on, they
Tell
didn't-
that to this guy.
Did they close?
I mean,
Yes!
look, I haven't heard of this place. I'm sure it's been closed since '94.
Yes.
No. Here's why I'm reading this. I always read ahead. That's what I'm known for. The corporation, the corporation that owned Gary's faces a fine.
Don't
of up to
call it Gary's. Call it by the full name.
Gary's Barleycorn. $5,000 on each of the 6 counts. So it's like a $30,000 fine they were facing.
And suspended its liquor license for 120 days. That's
Okay, but
putting a
that-
bar out of business. You can't sell alcohol for 120 days
That's
and
3 months or 4 months.
30 grand in the hole with no income for 3 months.
Serves juice and fruit juice.
You're out of
You don't
business.
need alcohol to have fun.
I didn't know John Taffer was here. Anyway,
You don't need booze to have fun. Am I right or wrong?
you're right.
94. There were no juice bars.
Go in there and have some
No.
juice.
But they could have put up a sign. We'll be back in 4 months. Please bear with us. We're under renovation.
Yeah, exactly. There's been some deaths attributed to us.
Yeah.
Under renovation, but everybody in all the locals know exactly what
Right.
happened.
Yeah.
Renovation. Yeah, no, I'm sure that was the end of it. I'm
Yeah,
sure
that's
that was
horrible.
the
Well,
end
it
of
was
Gary's
dangerous. It
Barleycorn.
was North Avenue was very dangerous at that time. There was a lot of traffic. It was definitely a location you could see problems happening.
But by the way, like the place that's there now, there have been a couple bars that I'm sure exactly where Gary's Barleycorn was.
Sure.
And that's what they're all known for is serving
Right.
alcohol to underage girls because the high school, it's across from the high school.
The high school, the college,
Iona's
right
there, yeah.
Oh, the owner was arrested in a gambling raid in '97. Yeah, it was,
Yeah, not a
3
great
years
guy.
later, it was still going.
Not a great guy. Not a great guy. But I'm glad. I feel like you have a local reference, Colin, to most.
Yeah, most
Suburbs of
the tri-state
New York.
area
Yeah.
place. Yes, so I used to travel around, try to make new people, friends.
You did.
But as column.
Yeah, well, Column too. Yeah, of course. I wasn't Column that night, but Column served me well. If I was just a little more of a sociopath, I would have used him even when I was not drinking. Because I can do the accent. A lot of people can't do the accent.
I never heard it.
Column. Ask me something. I'll speak in Column.
Well, what would you say when you'd walk in if a girl would ask you where you're from?
Yeah, like where are you
Where
from?
you from?
I'm from Ireland. Ireland.
And what's your name?
Column.
What part of Ireland are you from?
Belfast. The
Oh.
North.
Oh,
the
there-
North.
Is there a lot of violence there?
The North. It's terrible.
What's brought you to
left.
What's brought you to North Ave all the way
Raised,
from?
left. What's that?
What's brought you to North Ave all the way from Belfast?
A couple of mates of mine are living up here, working construction down in the Bronx.
What are you doing here in Gary's Barleycorn?
I just came for a quiet pint.
Oh.
I didn't realize it was this kind of bar.
What kind of bar?
Like a pickup joint.
Hey, Colin, D-Bag's back.
Hello, D-Bag. How are you? D-Bag,
Yes, sir.
can you answer me this? When you were purchasing breakfast for Jim, did you ever consider that after I had my muffin, I might want some fucking eggs and bacon too?
Did you not get Colin any eggs or bacon?
Let me ask you this, D-Bag.
potato.
Teabag from D-bag.
he said one tea-bag.
He did
to
his
D-bag.
line.
Yeah,
He
good.
did what he was supposed to do.
Good.
He did the line.
But what about eggs for Colin?
Look.
What the fuck?
You gotta be kidding me.
No. What do you mean you gotta be kidding me? How is this news to you?
2
How do you
tea
not
bags.
check? Did you ask for 1 tea bag?
No, he didn't.
The only
didn't.
way you can make up for it is by telling Roland to bring more of those donuts in.
Yeah.
You didn't ask, did you?
Standard
If there's any that left.
Oh, it's 2 Why? Tea bag.
I ordered an English breakfast tea.
Explain to me this.
With 1 tea bag,
Why
obviously
would
no.
we
Standard to give 2? I
No,
thought standard
listen,
to
How
give
hey,
long
one.
have you been on
D-bag,
the,
you talk.
the Plano Mind list?
You talk too much. You don't listen.
That's right.
That's your problem, D-Bag.
Yeah,
That's right.
listen, why?
Gums are flapping.
Why would we spend that amount of time
Yes.
saying 1 tea bag
Yeah.
if it wasn't something that you could say to the cashier?
Yep. Why?
Why wouldn't you assume? Well, Colin Quinn, he probably goes there all the time, and that's why he says 1 tea bag, because they always give you 2 tea bags. It probably irks him because he said it's too strong. The first tea that Roland got. Why wouldn't I assume he knows more than me about this particular thing? I don't drink fucking tea. I'm D-bag.
Like,
You know what I mean?
and you had to know. You had the line.
asshole! You fucked up.
You had the line all prepared. The 1 tea bag is crucial.
Yeah.
Why would you not make absolutely sure that there would be 1 tea bag?
Yeah.
You just walked in with a cup of tea, handed Colin Quinn a cup, said, "Here's 1 tea bag from D bag," and there's 2 tea bags in
Yeah,
it.
you should have said tea bags from D-bag.
Yeah.
On your nose.
D-bags.
I mean, you said the line. It was factually incorrect.
You teffed up.
You tefted the whole operation.
He got intimidated by the sister behind the counter. She's like, "What? Hurry up! Who's next?" And he's like, just 1 tea bag, 1 tea, please."
You didn't even bother asking.
And the sad thing is that they would have gave you the other tea bag anyway on the side, which is what they do for
On
me.
the sly, yeah.
We would have had an extra tea bag sitting here right now.
And you could have had another tea after if you wanted.
if I wanted.
When
yeah.
Paul Schrader came in, maybe you want some tea by that
Yeah.
point.
Right. It's a
I'd
great
be
point,
like,
Jim.
Paul, let me ask you something. It took you 3 days to write taxi driver. What if he goes, "No, that's bullshit. Only idiots think that." That's really kind of uncalled for.
Travis, you spent some time as an intern in there, right?
A long time.
Did you ever teft anything up as bad as D-Bag is right now?
What would you have done if you were down there?
I would have said, can I make sure that there's 1 tea bag in there? And then when I got the tea, I would have opened it up and checked how many tea bags were in there.
Travis!
Did you hear what he said?
That's
He
why
said he
I'm
would've
here.
Opened it up.
Yeah.
Yeah.
That's right. You hear what he said? That's why I'm here.
Oh,
He's pointing at Sam's asshole.
that's right, D-Bag. You want to get in there?
And his mother's there. He's pointing at Israel.
I don't know where she is.
Who made the mistake here, D-Bag?
I fucked up.
You did, didn't you?
What a disgrace it is.
Here's what I want you to do.
The tea even tastes a little weird.
Of
Too
course
much
it
is 'cause
does.
there's too much in there.
Go down. You're going to have to go
It's
down
like
and get
T
another
squared.
one. And I'll tell you why you have to go down and get another one. Because you need the reps. You need this exercise. You need to be able to complete this exercise effectively.
Well, wait a minute. Let's not be so hard on him.
Well,
Because I don't have to go all the way down there just for a cup of tea.
Look, here's the-
I'll also take some eggs. That's some fucking sausage. Get moving, boy. Move. Move, boy. You fucking hear me?
Colin is getting ragefully angry. He's literally his finger's almost gone. He's biting it so
the only reason I'm
hard.
getting mad is because I don't like I don't like D-Bags. As he gets calmer and just has a little sneer on his face towards
Yeah.
us.
He
towards
does.
everything we say.
Because he's seething.
He's completely looking down on the whole thing. You know what D-Bag
He's
in his
seething.
he'd never admit it, but you know what he thinks the problem is?
Yeah.
He goes like this. You know what the problem is? I work with a bunch of fucking assholes. That's what the problem is.
He's like, I'm supposed to be a fucking associate producer. I thought I'd have some asshole I could yell at and make go get
Yeah.
the fucking tea.
Right, I was
Which is a good point. You guys don't have any interns, huh?
I was excited that Colin was coming in. I didn't realize he was an ungrateful fuckface. He should be so
He
lucky.
thought after last time we bonded to this time we'd be a little,
That's what he
I know.
said.
Thought we
He's-
made progress.
He's gonna mumble on his way out here. Go down and get your own tea, scooter boy.
He's going to spit in my eggs like in Casino.
Yes, yeah, yes.
When they spit in the guy's food, that was disgusting.
All right, D-Bag. So what's the assignment?
What kind of eggs would you like, Colin?
Good.
Oh.
Good.
I like the kind of eggs that come with a smile, not with a resentful.
And none of that sarcastic bullshit either. You're lucky. A minute ago, he's a legend. Now you don't want to get him eggs.
Yeah.
I mean,
He's
what
still a
happened?
legend.
What happened?
Now he's just a one-footed old man. Who's fucking...
yeah, telling some boring story about New Rochelle. This D-bag, I tell you.
Yeah, I got beat up for fingering a 6-year-old behind a dumpster.
for slipping her the old Bernie fine. D-bag.
You guys are really trying to Donald Trump Jr. me on this.
Chew you.
Donald Trump chew me.
Yeah.
Taft comment. So yeah, what do you?
What's the assignment here, D-bag?
I don't know what Colin
I
wants
don't
to eat
either.
yet.
What kind of eggs you want? Scrambled?
What'd you
Sunny side up?
I always get egg white omelet with some
Where'd you-
avocado.
where'd
on
you
top.
get 'em from?
That you'd have to ask him.
Where'd you get them from?
Toasties.
Toasties. That's lame. Is it good?
It's not bad. I eat it every day.
All right. I'll have
what he's having.
a bacon omelet from Toasties.
You got that?
Do you want anything else in it besides bacon, or just eggs and bacon?
No, just bacon, thanks.
Okay.
Why, you don't approve? You think I should have other
No, it
spicy?
sounds
He does.
delicious.
He's like, what kind of boring omelet is that?
What kind of
know.
toast? What kind of toast?
Would you like toast with it?
D-Bag's like, if that was me, man, I'd get onions and mushrooms.
Yeah.
What kind of toast?
But he goes like this. Unfortunately,
No, I don't want
there's no D-bag for me to bark my orders at.
Home fries, Colin?
It is true. No home fries. It is true that you expect the associate producer would have one intern he could yell at.
Well, I mean, you would. But,
Everybody needs one person down the chain of command that they can then abuse.
but that sounds like D-bag's problem. You know what I mean?
That's what I'm saying.
That's his problem to solve.
Why don't you get one of your dumb New Hyde Park friends to come in and pretend that he's going to be, I'm sure one of your friends is like a burnout who's not going anywhere, no direction.
Yeah, get yourself a nice personal assistant.
A nice burnout. Yeah, it'd be nice. I don't know.
Well, I mean, what are you going to find? A highly motivated guy to come in and do D-bag work for free?
I guess not.
You know what I mean? You need a burnout. Colin's right.
D-Bag
Who
doesn't
do you
like-
have to speak to,
D-Bag doesn't like you
Travis?
talking to him this way in front of Colin.
He doesn't
I
like
think
that.
Derek resents that. Yeah, he doesn't mind what's the gang when his company.
I see.
Well, look, Paul Schrader's coming in and Willem Dafoe. Think about that.
You know what? You know what D-bag had to do last week?
What?
He had to get himself wrapped up in plastic wrap.
What?
We stripped him down to his underwear.
What?
We wrapped him in plastic wrap, and then we put him in cocksucker red lipstick.
You did?
CSR. Yeah.
Why? Like a
I still
blow-up
don't know
doll?
the answer to that.
Was it like a blow-up doll?
Yeah.
I didn't look like a blow-up doll. I
Like
looked
a very inflated blow-up doll.
We had a little Zook. We had a little Zook crew moment.
We did.
Yeah, that sounds kind of, that sounds pretty douchey on you guys' part.
Thanks, Colin.
Doing
If
no
you turn around,
winners.
you can see.
Oh,
It's
it's
not a
actually not
flattering
bad.
image.
Look behind you.
It's really not that bad.
All right, D-bag. You got your assignments?
Looks better. Looks like Edie
Yeah, I got
McClure.
Now, are you going to... Are you also going to get another tea?
And did you guys try to,
Good.
like, sexually abuse him while he was like that? or
A
no?
little bit.
No, he had his pants on.
Yeah, but a couple of slaps in the face, pulling his lips.
I didn't think of that. Pulling his
Pulling my lips.
All right, you got it, D-bag?
Got it.
All right. Vaya con Dios.
See you later.
He's
Buy
got
a cone
this.
D-bag.
He's got this. What a disappointment that was, Colin, huh?
Yeah.
You open up that tea. And when you opened it, you had to kind of know there'd be 2 tea bags in there, didn't you?
Yeah, the weight of it alone probably told you it was more than one.
I mean, there were 2 tabs sticking out of the top.
Yeah, it was a little ridiculous.
It's fairly obvious. Oh, boy. Let's go to Patrick. You want to call up Jim Norton and Sam Roberts this morning? You can call 866-969-1969. You can also follow us across all forms of social media, Twitter, Facebook, Instagram, and now officially YouTube as well.
Oh, good.
Jim and
YouTube.
Sam Show.
Oh,
Yeah.
If you go
so
to-
every day people can listen to the show later?
Well, yeah, if you go to youtube.com/Jim and Sam Show, you'll get to see great video of what we do in studio. And, you you guys play your cards right, you might see a little CQ live in action.
That's right.
Let's go to...
Well, the guy who would be filming CQ head on is not here.
Who's that? Roland?
No, D-bag.
D-Bag. Yeah, D-Bag.
Not
D-Bag has a lot of
it.
assignments.
Yeah, he does.
Well, we have the cameras running.
Jack of all trades, master of none.
That's D-Bag for you.
Let's go to Patrick in New York. Patrick, you're on with Jim Norton and Sam Roberts, as well as Colin Quinn.
Good morning, all.
Good morning.
Yeah, no one in the history of Iona ever called that place Gary Barleycorn. No one ever did. It was no one. It was just Gary's. I mean, that's a place that
So you went to Iona.
Yeah, actually, I graduated there in '95.
So it was
Iona?
I'm a guest in your country. I don't know the rules. I saw a girl today in the field. She's very
Yeah,
beautiful.
yes,
She had a
Colin.
purple ribbon.
Yeah, the problem is there was a lot of guys with a lot better accents than you for that. There, they all heard that accent.
Oh, all the Irish guys. Yeah, it's probably true. Iona.
What'd you own? A car or something?
Oh, brother.
Well,
And did you used to go
that's
to?
funny.
Did you? And was your idea of like a wild time to go down to 204th once in a while and try to meet some Irish girls?
Yeah, we would. Gary's would be hot on Fridays because they had free keg. So it was half an hour you paid for beer and half an hour you didn't pay for beer during happy hour for like 3 hours. So and you brought your own cup, so anything with a handle. So everybody, so everybody would just bring in like pitchers and anything with a big handle on it. So you would just gun beer for a half an hour and then you'd just buy like one and wait and sip it and then gun beer for another half an hour and then stumble back.
And you guys would just be in the dorm saying, "Hey, it's Friday. It's time to go out to Gary's Barley Corn."
Yeah, exactly.
And was one of the cut-ups would bring like a little bucket or something? Go, hey, and everyone's like, Joey,
Yeah, but everybody would do it. It was funny, but everybody would do it just because they would fill it up, and we were all just alcoholics.
Right.
So that was, there, and across the street was Glory Days, and then O'Brien's was down there. They're pretty much almost all of them are gone.
So what did the locals say when Gary's?
He was a local, Patrick.
Well, yeah, that's why I'm asking Patrick.
Standing there with his bucket of beer, listening to the fucking Spin Doctors in '95. Hey.
You're right.
What?
House of Pain, jump around.
What'd you all say when Gary's had to shut its doors because they were killing kids?
Yeah, when Gary Barleycorns had to close.
That's what everybody called it, right? Gary Barleycorns.
Yeah, no, but yeah, no, we were all pissed because they got greedy and started serving, underage high school kids. They used to let you. Most of the people in the bar were underage, but you had an Iona ID, and that got you in because they knew you were just walking there. Right. But when they started letting high school kids in that were driving, then that became the problem. Because everybody in there. When I first started going there, I was going there. A buddy of mine went there a year before me, and I went to Bergen Community
College,
What did he major
in?
Jersey. Yeah, what is this?
All right, Patrick. Let's go to.
Spiraling into information.
Yeah,
a friend of mine.
Sam gave the gentlest goodbye. All right, Patrick. Let's just click off.
We'll just put him out of his misery. Hank in Boston. Welcome to Jim Norton and Sam Roberts with Colin Quinn today.
Hey guys, how y'all doing?
Good.
Good. Hey, I just felt badly for this kid D-bag because I think he's gonna fuck up again.
Oh no!
Oh no!
Well, an omelet has cheese in it, doesn't it? So he's gonna bring you ask for eggs and bacon, but it's gonna have cheese in it too. And then
Hank, I promise you one thing: if there's cheese in that omelet, I'm gonna dig a left hand right into his fucking liver. I'm not playing. If there's cheese, you don't know how much I despise cheese.
You're not a cheese fan?
I'm going to take his fucking legs out.
Oh, boy.
You don't like cheese?
I wish I knew some MMA holds so I could just choke him out with like a rear naked chokehold.
I love cheese.
Oh, it's
I don't
great.
like cheese. I like it in pizza. That's about it.
My wife made me a quesadilla, cheese quesadilla to go with my dinner last night.
How was it?
Terrific.
I hate
it. It was the
quesadillas.
best.
Do you really?
Yes.
They're so good. You just get
Hank
a couple
brings
of
up a good point, though. What if this happens? What am I going to do? I'm going to throw this tea in his face.
If you had any real moral courage, you'd throw the omelet on the floor.
Yeah.
You'd have to.
Make
I
him
don't want to
clean
mess
up
up the place.
like Carlo Rizzi. Make him clean it up.
No, I throw it on the floor.
Yeah.
And then while he bends down to pick it up, we just beat him senseless.
Yeah.
See, here's the problem. He specifically said, "You just want bacon?" And you were like, "Yep, just bacon." And we even gave you a little bit of a razzing for just wanting eggs and bacon.
Oh, man.
So if there is cheese after that, after the whole deal that we made out of just eggs and bacon,
I know.
Oh, is there going to be trouble?
Roland just called me.
Okay.
Yeah.
And he said that he placed the order, so there should not be any cheese in it. So if there is cheese,
Now, hold on a second.
it's totally on D-bag.
So you're telling me D-Bag walks out of here, I hate my... And then goes, hey, Roland, place the order. I'll go
Roland,
pick it up.
Roland calls ahead of time, and D-Bag just picks it up.
This is why
Jesus Christ!
This is why D-Bag is never going to learn. He's never going to learn. He's got other people.
He likes to give orders. He doesn't like to take them.
Exactly.
Yeah.
Exactly.
You can see it. He's a very resistant person. You can just see it.
Yeah.
Yeah, a lot of
He's just sitting there looking at
defensive.
us like this.
He was seething
He
with
was
rage.
seething.
Yeah.
He
Yeah.
was.
And look,
He really was.
He's the type of guy who likes to skip the first step, and that never works out for anybody.
No.
You ever live in a house without a foundation, Colin?
No.
It's dangerous.
Yeah.
It's very dangerous.
The house will collapse.
That's right, Jim.
Your house will collapse without a proper foundation.
That's right.
D-Bag's going to bring us all down, all crumble us all down.
He is, I told Jim,
Like
if we're gonna do this, we need to set ourselves up for success. And
That's right.
the minute I see a weak link in this chain,
Yeah.
That's right.
Either strengthen it, or goddamn it, we'll get a new link.
A weak link other than the host.
Yeah.
Right.
We can't be helped.
No, we're finished.
The underlings can be helped.
What do you got going on today, Colin?
Well, I got to go to PT, physical therapy.
For that Achilles?
Yeah.
What do they do for it? Just stretch it?
All kinds of stuff. They say without the PT, you really don't get better. So I think it's important. It's a good lesson to put out to your listeners.
Yeah, no.
I'm sure they could call in with some of their horror stories.
You do water aerobics?
No, there's no pool. It's really just stretching and jumping around on the ground. Not jumping, but
You do squat jumps yet?
No, it's going to be a long time. It's going to be probably a year.
But you can walk, right?
Or at least 6 months. I can walk, but very slowly. I walk very slowly.
I feel guilty about when I said in the beginning of the show, I said Colin was stumbling down the hallway. I didn't realize you were favoring
I didn't like that.
a torn Achilles. Yeah, that's
Jim found that offensive.
that's not good.
I thought that was like bullying.
That's not good. Yeah, I didn't realize there was a problem. I thought it was just a natural stumble.
Yeah. Oh no, I mean, it's pretty severe.
How long is physical therapy? An hour?
Yeah, it's an hour.
All right, so that's not bad. How often do you have to do it?
3 times a week.
All right.
Hey, are you promoting your show where you're doing your show?
You're not kidding, I am.
Okay, where is it?
Tell me about this show.
Oh, I'm doing the show 8 shows a week at the Cumberland Theater on West 116th Street and 14th Avenue. No, I'm just... there's no such thing as the Cumberland
I didn't
Theater.
think so.
No, I'll be at the brokerage this weekend anyway.
Hey! Broker, and what are you doing?
I'm doing stand-up and sort of my
okay.
show. I don't know,
What's the show? Because it's
Well,
not...
it's kinda like-
The Touche has run its course, correct?
The Touche is finished.
Right.
Oh, it's old hat.
Right.
Yeah. The Touche is 2 shows ago, to be honest with you.
Yeah.
Right. I just like the nickname.
Yeah, the nickname was great.
I just wanted to mention it again.
Unconst was last.
That
So
was my happiest show, the Touche.
You loved that one.
I loved it because it was such a boring subject, and I made it funny. But
So is the New York story, was that
New
the
York
one?
Story's filmed already. It's gonna be on Netflix.
And now it's a new show called...
I don't know what it's called yet.
Oh. What's the subject matter?
Bully. Maybe it's called Bully. It's about bullying. The
Oh,
history
it's
of
not
bullying.
like a... I thought it was just like a British term for like good.
Bully.
Yeah, bully time. Yeah.
it's about the history of bullying and bullies and. Just
I
the
hope
whole
you don't
thing.
make light of it.
Well, I don't really make light of it, but
Talk about how harmful it is.
Yes. I hope
it
it's
is
a
kind
good
of
one.
about how harmful it is in a way. But yeah, I mean, if you really look at it,
Right, but how many people really look at it? Do you get disappointed when your audiences sometimes don't pick up on all of the nuance and the intelligence that you put into these shows?
I do. I mean,
I'm not talking to you, Jim.
he's talking to me.
Yeah,
Oh,
none of
sorry.
that's there for
bully.
Well, I mean, that's that's what you have to be. That's why theaters sometimes, like comedy clubs, the early shows are great.
Right.
The late shows, it's the focus changes. You know what I mean? And then
Yeah.
it's frustrating. Yeah,
Because they're coming out of Gary's
they're coming out of
into the
Gary's.
comedy club. Yeah. And then they're just looking for dick jokes or whatever.
Yeah, I love the fact that Patrick's like, we never called it Gary's Bowling. All right. So I didn't go to Iona. I was just there one night. I was a visitor.
After all these
Son of a
years, the
bitch.
locals are making fun of you. What are you, tourists? Were you from out of town?
Fucking Gary's. Leave me alone.
Place has
Patrick.
been closed for 20 years.
Son of a bitch. Then he made fun of my accent. He goes, there's people with better accents than that. All right.
Well, everybody's disrespecting you today.
I know. It all started with D-Bag. He set the tone.
He really
did.
He really
If he can
did.
get away with it, anybody can.
John in Georgia, please be respectful.
Oh, of course, Sammy. I just want to say that if D-Bag comes back with an omelet that has cheese on it, he ought to spend the rest of the week walking around with that scooter thing, just so he knows what it's like to live like Colin Quinn for a week.
I think that, and I think we should cover all that plastic wrap you had on, only cover his head with it. See if he can breathe through it.
Yeah, put a straw in his mouth and slap his face.
Well, I'll tell you this. Either way, he's got a lipstick that's a certain shade of red that he's going to be planting on those lips of his.
Honestly, though, speaking of bullying, I think D-Bag was bullied.
Oh, you think?
Yes. Yeah. Because he's definitely got the look like, hey, I got out of school so I don't have to deal with this bullshit.
Yeah, I'm not going to take this shit anymore.
You know what I mean?
And the problem is, like, I've seen he worked for a couple other shows before he was here.
Oh, he did?
Yeah, he did, like, board op work and stuff like that. And, like, he would work with, like, girls. And the girls, he was like, oh, Derek is so cute. He's so nice. And, they loved him.
But the way he would talk to them, they didn't like at all.
How would he...
Don't you come in my hand, you cocksucker. I'll rip it off.
Why would he say that? But so for him to come here and get berated is just probably not in his planner.
No.
You know what I mean? He did not see this coming.
He probably figured this was his chance that this is when he'd be showing them. I'll show them.
Right.
What I can get done.
Yeah.
Now that I have a real opportunity.
Unfortunately, he didn't realize he's got a lot of steps to climb here. This is the big leagues, D-bag.
He's once again living in Bullyland and he doesn't care for it.
No.
Dave in Canada wants to compliment Colin on some of his recent work, which I think is valid. Dave, welcome to the show.
Hi, thanks, Sammy. Hi, Call.
Hi, Dave.
Hey, I saw you on Compound Networks with Bobo when Anthony was away resting.
Oh, thank you.
I loved that show. That was the funniest thing I had seen. God, that Bobo, he was just steamrolling you the whole time.
Yeah, he was. He was, speaking of his shot, he was like Eminem. He had one shot, and he was going to make the most of it.
Did he steamroll you?
Oh, yeah. No, he literally kept it going. He just was going the whole time.
Were you annoyed?
No, because he was introducing stuff. He was really like, it was a very alpha performance by him. It was like, he'd bring up different topics and, he introduced every topic.
Okay.
I did. I watched the show.
He prepped.
I watched the show.
You could tell who prepped, who didn't. I didn't prep. He was prepped.
Well, one of Colin's big talking points, because this was when Anthony was in rehab and he was having subs fill in for him. And Colin Quinn and Bobo was one of the shows.
Yeah.
Which, did you think at any point were you like, I don't know if I should be agreeing to this?
No, not at all.
It was always
I knew it was a good,
Or at one point while it was happening, did you think this might actually have some legs?
No.
He goes, because Colin's main contribution to the show was about 20 minutes in finding out it was a 2-hour show, not a 1-hour show.
Yeah, that
so
was
he goes,
pretty horrific.
We're not doing this for 2 hours. There's no way.
No.
Did you?
Yeah.
It was yeah, I did the full show, but Bobo would come up with a topic, and then Colin would comment on it, and then Bobo would come up with the next topic. Like he just kept throwing topic.
Yeah.
There was no conversation.
I know.
But a lot of topics.
Well, radio's really not my thing. I have to be honest.
You don't think
Why
so?
don't you like it?
I don't know.
You like to talk. You're unpleasant to look at. It's a fucking home run for you.
You're right. I'm just not a radio guy. I don't know what it is.
Huh.
You don't enjoy it or you don't think you're good at it?
I don't enjoy it, and I don't think I'm good at it.
You are good at it.
It's two things two combinations.
What don't you enjoy about it? Do you not like the topical nature of it?
I don't know. I just feel like it's very hard to do radio.
Yeah.
You have to do hours a day and deal with all these goddamn topics every day. You know what I mean? Like it's hard.
What's the name of our show is probably pretty intimidating. Anything can happen.
That's what it's called.
Exclamation point.
Yeah.
We're thinking of calling it that.
Right.
I don't like that title.
What do you think's a good title?
What about Wingless Moth and
No, I don't.
Ugly Blake Griffin?
I don't like that.
I don't think things. Let's cut this off right now. I don't think anything that is mocking our appearances is going to be helpful.
Right. That's just not going to fly with us. No.
I think it's a lovely title.
I think anything can happen sets the table for unpredictability, which is what we want on the show.
No, I do agree.
I think Wingless Moth is a little a subtle jab at my appearance.
Really? No, you don't think Ugly Blake
Griffin?
Yes.
You don't think that was a jab at me, do you?
Look, here's what's scary. I think anything can happen's a great title. And I think you guys should call it that. Seriously, it will infuriate fans everywhere.
They will hate it.
Infuriate all comedians when they come on. But it's a good title.
Right.
Because it does keep the mission statement out front, which is anything can happen.
And we'll just throw topics, especially the comedians who hate it. They'll come on the show and realize why it's called that.
That's what you should really do to all the comedians, but not even talk about, is just keep peppering them with like 15 topics a show. And go, hey, what about this? Like in the early days of comedy, you do radio, they'd be like, so leading to your act. So you just find just look up everybody's act online. And
I heard you flew up here.
Yes. Do it for the.
So
do
Colin,
it for years and don't even bother with.
Corey Feldman on the Today Show, huh? He was pretty nuts, am I right?
Well, the first time I was like, okay. The second time I was like, okay, he went there. You know what I mean? I mean, this guy's,
Twitter loved him, though. Any wacky Twitter followers on your feed?
Oh, you know Twitter. I mean, I had the one guy, and I mean, I'm looking at it, and I'm going, what's his problem?
Wouldn't be the first time you got into some controvery on Twitter, am I right,
no,
Colin?
No, the old Will Ferrell story.
Well, let's not talk about that. Who's your favorite Twitter follow?
That's not a good question. That's a great question. I like all the usual suspects. You know what I mean?
Let me ask you about comedians. Can you appreciate other comedians? Do you have a favorite comedian?
You know, to me, comedy, there's no favorites. It's like if
where's D-Bag with the T anyway?
If you're getting laughs,
back?
that's really all that matters in comedy. It doesn't matter what you're talking about or not talking about, for that matter.
I think it's a good format for a show.
I do too.
That was an action-packed 30, 60 seconds.
Sure was.
That was good.
How long?
Jim, why are you using Purell? Don't you know that Purell is no longer valid?
What do you mean?
What do you mean Purell is no longer
I
valid?
use it very rarely.
They said Purell doesn't, right? There's something about it. It's useless now. It's a big thing.
No, it's if you use it too much, it fucks your hands up.
No, not fucks your hands up. It doesn't work.
This is what happens. If you
Somebody
use,
Google it.
I've
Where's
not heard
D-Bag?
that.
If you use
It's a big thing now.
If you use Purell nonstop, then it will kill the bacteria that will fight things
Right,
off.
but now they're saying.
But like, if you just
doesn't
use
work?
it like every now and then, I think it's fine.
Yeah, I use it occasionally. Like
No.
after I'm digging in my nose because my Afrin is wearing off, my nose is dripping. I'll occasionally use a Purell once or twice.
What? What does that have to do with this?
I just want my hands a little
One's
cleaner.
for the hands, one's for the nose.
Oh, gotta.
Oh, we should probably take a break. Our first break
Why don't we
in the
wait till
morning.
the food comes though, because that might be.
Oh.
Because then stupid has to eat, and we want to give him a,
You're right.
We want to let people know.
Want me to read some news?
Well, let me tell you.
Melania Trump says Billy Bush egged on Donald. How about Billy Bush? Well, he got screwed, huh?
Yeah, he did.
Well, I don't
Wow.
know.
He's getting $10 million though.
Yeah, I don't know. He reached some settlement
10
with
million
NBC.
clams.
10 million is nothing to a guy like that.
You don't think so?
He'll go through that in 6 months. The kind of blow he does.
You're just a working Joe who understands the industry, huh?
Yeah.
Yeah, Billy Bush apparently settled. He's not going to sue him. He lawyered up and they settled or something. That's what I read last night.
Good for him.
But he's done.
She egged. Did she really say he egged her on?
He said,
Melania.
Melania said, it was trending last night. Billy Bush made me do it.
Right.
Because Melania did say that the reason that Donald Trump, she goes, first of all, he was just, having teenage locker room talk. And Anderson Cooper astutely pointed out he was 59 years old at the time.
Right.
But she said, that's not the man that I know. And that she thinks Billy Bush was just kind of
let's hear that.
egging on the Donald to say these nasty things. Go ahead, Adrian. Wait a second so we don't have to hear the
10 days ago,
intro
Access
sounds.
Hollywood released that tape. I'm wondering when you first saw it, when you first heard it, what did you think?
Language. This is my house.
She didn't say anything.
I said to my husband that, the language is inappropriate.
Ah.
It's not
Language,
acceptable.
young man.
And I was surprised because that is not the man that I know. And as you can see from the tape, the cameras were not on. It was only a mic. And I wonder if they even knew that the mic was on, because they were kind of a boy talk.
Pause, please.
And
she wonders if they knew the mic was on. Of course they didn't.
Egg on from.
Of course they didn't know the mic was on. How do you wonder that?
No, yeah. These mics are on, right? Yeah, grab him by the pussy. She's like, I'm starting to think Donald never wanted that on television at all.
Yeah.
Wow. It's not a good interview.
No, it's not a good cover.
This is not good damage control.
Let's continue this. Hang on. Keep D-Bag outside for a second while we continue this tape.
Okay. Hit play.
Hit play. Oh, Adrian, because he's looking at all of his own little things on the computer. He's looking at his videos. He's playing his
D-Bag,
songs.
my eggs are going to get cold just for a stupid...
That's true. Bring in her eggs.
All right. Adrian blew
Tell him
it.
to bring it in. Wait. Tell D-Bag to bring my eggs in, but to say, here are your eggs in Melania Trump's accent.
Okay. D-Bag, Before you drop those eggs off, say, "Here are your eggs, Mr. Quinn," as Melania Trump. Go for it. And do the tea thing without the accent. So do the eggs first.
Yep.
Here are your eggs, Mr. Quinn. A tea bag from D-bag.
That was very good. That was very good.
It sure was.
That was very good.
Oh, thanks.
All right, let's check that food.
Cool.
What do we got on the omelet?
Looks good.
Oh, he even brought me a side of sausage.
A little extra.
Good. Good.
Ooh, nice little egg omelet. That looks delicious.
There's something D-Bag doesn't know about me.
What's that?
When I eat eggs, I can't drink tea with eggs. That's for like muffins.
Of course.
I need a Diet Coke.
D-Bag, how's he going to eat eggs without a Diet Coke?
That's a good
I'm a
point.
fucking idiot. Let me go.
Why are you not? What are you doing? Putting your tea bag and your fucking equals all over half your muffin.
I'm done with the muffin.
D-Bag, you going to sit here and stare at a guy who wants a Diet Coke? You're going to bring him the Coke. You know what I'm saying?
That was a pretty good accent he did.
He did very, very well.
I guess New Hyde Park has a big Eastern European population where he learned how to do that accent pretty good.
Let's hear from Melania.
Lead on, like egg on, from the host to say dirty and bad stuff.
You feel
Awful.
the host, Billy Bush, was sort of egging him on?
Yes. Yes.
Is that language you had heard
Throw
him use
Billy
before?
Bush under the bus for this?
No, that's why I was surprised because I said, like, I don't know that person that would talk that way.
Language.
That he would say that kind of a stuff in private. I heard many
So she thinks Billy Bush egged him on.
What a fucking
To say
horrible,
dirty things.
What a horrible fucking bit of damage control.
Yeah. Yeah.
Well, that was terrible.
Don't blame me. Don't blame my husband. Blame Billy Bush.
Billy Bush did it.
What's Billy going to do now? You think he's going to start his own entertainment network?
I heard they want him on Dancing with the Stars. He'll be fine.
Hosting it?
No, just, dancing.
Well, I guess that's short term, though.
Do the hustle.
What do we got there? A little DC.
Thank you, Melania.
Wait. D-Bag. Go up to Colin and say, enjoy a DC from DB. Go right up to him and say it, though. Not from there.
He has to say it to the mic.
Yeah.
Right in my eyes.
As Melania or as me?
No, as you, because you're DB.
Yeah.
Enjoy this DC from DB.
Oh, thank you. Oh, what a charming fellow. Where'd you get this
He
guy?
says it with a smile. Let me tell you something, D-Bag.
That looks good.
You're doing great today. You know that?
You really are.
You are. Help yourself to a muffin, D-Bag. Help yourself to a muffin.
Well,
Eat
did
a
our
couple
guests
of
want
them.
another muffin?
Things are heating up around here, aren't they?
Yeah. You want another muffin to go with those eggs in
No,
DC?
not yet. You guys are
Not
killing
yet.
me.
Not yet. Enjoy. What kind of muffin did you get there, D-Bag? What kind of muffin are we going to enjoy? What do we got there? It looks like a cinnamon...
I don't know. Blueberry, I think.
Cinnamon blueberry or something like that?
It looks fucking delicious.
That sounds great,
Is there a
buddy.
picture of what Roland's wearing when he's supposed to be in official capacity? It's really insane.
Maybe we should have Roland come in studio and pose for a nice Twitter photo shoot.
Ugh.
We're going to take a... What's wrong?
Just Roland's outfit is bothering me. You see it every day, you don't notice it. It's like being in an abusive relationship. And someone points it out, like, why do you take that? You're like, yeah, you're right.
For some reason, and I don't know if he's trying to get on-air plugs. I think it's funny. His thing now, he used to wear Bruce t-shirts every day.
Now I wear Scrub Daddy.
Every single day. He's got blue Scrub Daddy shirts and orange Scrub Daddy shirts.
So do I. I wore my blue Scrub Daddy shirt to see Black Sabbath at the second night they were at the Garden. And I was in this little VIP area with Sharon Osbourne, and she looked at me like I walked in with a fuking dick strapped to my chest.
Why would you wear that to a Sabbath show?
That was the look I got.
Why would you do that?
I'm an embarrassment.
You are, right?
Yes.